Hello all, I am Krishna Saket and I am doing the GRIP internship program and I took the specialization data science and business analytics, and here is my first task, that is the prediction using supervised machine learning. Like we know that for supervised machine learning, the input values and corresponding output values will be given to the model, so that based on that it will be trained and in future it will give some predictions. So here gives our basic task, that is the predict the percentage of a student based on the number of study hours, and we are going to do this by using simple linear regression task, as it involves just two variables, and the two variables are number of study hours and the marks corresponding to the study hours. And we'll go to our task. Here I'm going to use the Python, that is the Jupyter Notebook. So first of all, I'm going to import the libraries. We know, right, the NumPy library, the Seaborn library, and the Matplot library dot py plot, and the pandas, and also, and since we have to use the linear regression, I'm going to take the sklearn. For that, from that I'm going to take this linear regression. So first of all, I have to take the data. The data is in the CSV form in this website. So the data set is there here, and we are going to read the data into this variable called data. And we have to check the data, how the data is present, and we can see data dot head. So we can see the first five of these data set, the number of hours and the score corresponding to that hour studying. So next we will check whether the any null values present in the data set. So here we are going to use that checking one. So since the output is false, there are no null values in the given data set. So since there are no null value, we can carry on our visualization. Since we are using the C1, we are going to use the white grid, and yeah, on the x-axis, I'm going to plot the number of hours studied, and on y-axis, I'm going to use the marks percentage. So I'm going to plot based on this, and we can see the data, the plot. We can see the number of study hours was increasing, and corresponding to that, the percentage also increases. We can see, right, the frame. So the above scatter plot looks like there is some correlation between this marks percentage and the number of hours studied. So now, to check this, we are going to use the regression. Guys, we know, right, the regression is nothing but based on the previous input variables, we are going to give the continuous output variable, like based on the previous data that was there, it was going to keep on predicting the continuous the variable. So this is regression. So here we are going to plot the regression plot. We can see, right, the line which was going straight was the regression plot, and the data which was scattered here, and there was our data. We can see like there was some minimum error only. So next we are going, it is confirmed this the variables are positively correlated. Next, the main thing we have to do is to train our model. So first we have to split the data, the number of study hours and the marks corresponding to that particular study hours. So here in X we are going to take the x-axis one, which is study hours, and Y we are going to take the marks percentage, and based on that we are going to splitting the data, so that we will give this to our model. Here, since it is supervised machine learning, for every number of study hours there was the output which is the marks, like that. So based on that, the model is going to predict the next values also. So we are fitting the data into this model, which is giving linear regression we are using. We are importing, right, that was there. So since we fitted means the model was trained with the data, it was successful. Next, we are going to predict the percentage of the marks. for that values. So we can see for 1.5 hours it was giving 16.844. Like that, the model has predicted some of the marks, and now we are going to check the predicted marks with the actual marks we got. So here we can see, right, the actual marks was 20 but the predicted marks was 16. Actual marks was 20 and the predicted marks was 33. We can see there was a minimal error also. Now visually we will see the predicted marks with the actual marks. We can see, right, uh, this black line was the predicted marks. This blue line, this blue scattered ones were actual one. So we can see there was some minimal error also. So now we are going to calculate that the mean absolute error is 4.13. So there was some 4.13 difference between the actual one and the predicted one. Since it was the small value of mean absolute error states, the chance of error or wrong forecasting of the model is very less. So next, our final task is to what would be the predicted score if a student studies for 9.25 hours per day. So for this, the model is going to predict what is the marks if we study for 9.2 hours per a day. So for that, we are calculating and we are getting 93.89. So according to this regression model, what we have given input and we're getting output, the students, if he study for 9.25 hours per day, he's going to likely score 93.893 marks. So this is our task with the prediction using supervised ML, and thank you friends.